Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2015 South Texas Hurricane Conference. I'm Octavio Saenz, Public Information Officer for the Texas Department of Transportation. I'll be your Master of Ceremonies today. Now, the South Texas Hurricane Conference is an excellent opportunity to gain one-on-one contact with decision makers in emergency preparedness. This from a field from all over the South Texas region. We are pleased to announce today that we have more than 1,000 attendees and over 100 exhibitors and booths this year. So that deserves a big round of applause. And of course, this applause also goes to you because this is a reflection. Your attendance today is a reflection of your willingness to remain on the cutting edge of the preparedness field. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you to rise as we prepare for the presentation of the colors by the McAllen Fire Department's Honor Guard, who serve under the direction of the City of McAllen Fire Chief Valderas and the National Anthem.
Step. Colors. Halt. Present. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies, o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please join me as we do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Port. Arms. Post. March.
Please remain standing as we welcome the City of McAllen, Mayor of McAllen, Mr. Jim Darlings, will do the invocation and the welcome remarks.
Please join me at this time for a moment of silence. The Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office lost one of its own this week. Deputy Alan Garcia was 25 years old. Let us take a moment of silence in honor of Deputy Garcia and all of those members of our public service who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Well, on behalf of the City Commission, the City of McAllen, and all our great staff, welcome to McAllen. For those from Cameron County, welcome to the place of great restaurants and great shopping. And don't go back and tell the mayors I said that, but that's okay. You know, this is a great seminar. I was looking back at several things. When I first moved to the Valley in '78, they were still talking about Beulah. It was in 1976, and Mayor Brand would always say, "There's some Beulah water out there, still pond it." And so I'm reminded that of the horrible conditions that could happen and the great catastrophes that could happen after a hurricane. And certainly Beulah was one that was probably our benchmark for that. It doesn't seem like yesterday that Dolly was here. That was in 2008. We had to look it up, actually. And my great claim to municipal responsibility is I've never been here for a hurricane. I've always been out of town. And so I promise this year I'm not going out of town, so we should be okay. But at any rate, you know, in 2008, we were ready for, we thought we were ready for a hurricane. I started to work for a hospital, and it was about 2 weeks into my tenure as head of the compliance department, and I also had the engineering department underneath me for 2 weeks, and they had a hurricane. And I always remember we went through it very well. We didn't close the hospital. We went emergency generators, etc. And we had joint commission the next week, and we got written up because our plan, we didn't have very good written plans, but we had survived a hurricane. And so I learned from that lesson you have to have good written plans regardless of how well you're prepared. You need to make sure that you have the ability to turn over what you've learned and how you've done it to future leaders and future department heads and those kind of things. So hopefully one of the things you come away from here is not only that you know how to do it, but you know how to document it and know how to make sure that you can give those instructions to whoever is going to succeed you or whoever is working with you. It's very important to do that. I noticed the mission of this group, you know, everybody has, it's Eddie, where's Eddie? Eddie Oliveris does a great job, you know, and I could tell from the vision and mission that Eddie had a hand in that. But it says our mission is to advance community capability through promoting the principles of emergency preparedness management, to serve our local stakeholders by providing information, networking, and professional development opportunities, and to advance some emergency preparedness management capability for South Texas region. One of the great prides I have is South Texas, and in particular the city of McAllen. When they had the hurricane in Galveston, I remember standing out there, and I think the guys are here probably went up there. I forget how many, 60 trucks that we sent out there, restored their water service for them, and did actually set up a camp. They call it Camp McAllen, to help Galveston in their times of need. I remember when we had the hurricane, it might have been Dolly, and we went back up to Falfurrias and stayed probably 3 weeks up to Falfurrias and helping them restore services and clearing streets and all that. And so not only was it McAllen, but it was a lot of people from South Texas. And I think being not raised in South Texas, but almost spending half my life in South Texas now, I'm very proud of what happens. We may play Friday night football, but when it comes to emergency preparedness and emergency response, everybody comes together and provides needed services for all our citizens, and I want to thank you all for that. Lastly, I guess, in emergency preparedness, I was thinking about this. Our main evacuation route is I-69 now, 281 for us old guys, and 77 is not really suitable because it's so close to the coast. And as you go up, if you know, there's about 1.2 million people in the valley, not including what's in Mexico. So when you add Mexico, 4 million people. So you can imagine 4 million people going on an evacuation route that has one lane. and that's the interchange in Fire. So hopefully when you go back, talk to TxDOT. If TxDOT's here, raise your hand, and your legislatures, and we desperately need that interchange to be improved. And this is probably one of the main forums for that, because evacuation is important in emergency times, and our evacuation route has a bottleneck of one lane. So hopefully you'll take that back to your legislatures and your highway department people I know are working on that. So you have a great presentation. By the way, there's seats in the front. This is not church. You can come on down and get closer here. And I hope you have it's a great program. I've looked at it, and I think you'll really enjoy it. But most importantly, I think you're going to learn things that you can take back to your communities, and we'll all be better prepared. Hopefully not for the next one for many, many years, but if it comes, we'll all be better prepared for that. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, we want to welcome everybody, all of the emergency management personnel, the first responders, law enforcement, as well as city, state, and local officials and federal employees as well. This year's conference will focus on building resilient regional communities through the provision of educational tools for today and tomorrow. During these next 2 days, we will discuss what works and build on what needs to be improved. The third annual conference is organized by Hidalgo County Health and Human Services, Hidalgo County Emergency Management, and the City of McAllen, and the Texas Department of Emergency Management, with primary funding from the Texas Department of State Health Services. We would like to thank all of our sponsors who contributed to our event, especially our platinum sponsor, Siddons Martin Emergency Group. They will be hosting the Collaborate, you heard that right, Collaborate, reception happening this afternoon at 4:30 p.m. in the exhibit hall. So make sure you attend so you can network, collaborate, and of course, collaborate. And of course, enjoy your time with your fellow colleagues. Now, since this conference is about using tools for today and tomorrow, we encourage you also to use our social media tools to share what you've seen, share what you've learned online. You can follow us on Twitter. The Twitter handle is at STHC2015 and at Hidalgo County. Now, we'll also be posting pictures, videos, and updates throughout the conference. Now, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, what you can do is also tag us, or you can also use the hashtag. Don't call it a pound sign. It's a hashtag. The hashtag STHC2015. We will be making sure that we retweet your tweet, if you like to tweet. And of course, all your posts as well. Now, at this time, I'd like to introduce our second speaker for this morning. Here, representing Hidalgo County Judge Ramon Garcia, is Emergency Management Coordinator Rick Saldana. Mr. Saldana is a well-respected emergency management and fire department professional with 33 years of experience. Now, prior to joining the county, he served as the fire chief in the city of Mission for 17 years, and previous to that position, he served 15 years as Mission's Emergency Management Coordinator. Mr. Saldana holds certifications as a firefighter, a fire inspector, instructor, peace officer, and advanced arson investigator. In 2007, he was selected as the Firefighter of the Year by the State of Texas Firemen's and Fire Marshals Association and the Rio Grande Firefighters Association. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Ricardo Saldana.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for that great introduction. I'm here on behalf of our County Judge, Ramon Garcia. Currently, Judge Garcia sends his regards. He's currently presiding over our Commissioners' Court meeting. He will join us later, hopefully, for our little reception at 4:30. We welcome you all to be there, as Octavio mentioned. As you all may recall, Hidalgo was ground zero for an unprecedented surge of immigrants fleeing their homelands, and in Central America turned themselves into Border Patrol as soon as it crossed our border. Mayor Darling, Judge Garcia were the forefront in turning what looked to be a way of becoming a major crisis situation. Into that reflected our community's compassion and coordination. Our communities responded so impressively that Cabin Oaks Chief Border Patrol Agent for the U.S. Border Patrol wrote a letter. Incredibly, unity and the strength that I have witnessed in the Rio Grande Valley surpasses anything seen in the nearly 30 years of service of the Border Patrol. I am honored to be part of that excellent community. That says a lot for us. As Mayor Darling mentioned, we unified together to make a difference, like we've always done. That's why our region is also well respected. In crisis and in times of need, the Tri-County area bands together to meet the needs of our citizens and our communities. It makes me proud to be a South Texan and member of a great community. And it demonstrates how we turn to potential negative situation into a positive. It is about the response. The better prepared we are, the better equipped we are to handle the crisis and emergency situation. The more we focus and build the strengths of our community, the better we together to handle any crisis. We've seen it and we've done it. My partners in the emergency management field for the Tri-County area, we've done it together. We will always be unified and we will always work together along with our judges to make that happen. When it comes to hurricanes, there's no doubt we've dodged the bullet for the past 7 years since Hurricane Dolly. Dolly made landfall in the Rio Grande Valley July 23, 2008. Caused over $1 million in damages in the United States and Mexico. Strong winds, heavy rains caused widespread power outages throughout. Torrential rains caused flooding, primarily in low-lying areas, poor drainage locations, and our farmers reported substantial loss in cotton and sorghum. While we dodged the bullet for several years, now that we're taking one storm, weak trends and habits, so we want to vigilantly and prepare for both home and at work. Emergency responders and the hundreds of support staff, our departments that pitched in to help with disaster strikes don't have a luxury of taking time off for the last minute preparations at home. So we prepare, start with us, and extend our families, neighbors, communities, and others. That's what this conference is about, for us to learn, to make our communities resilient, and for us to prepare, not just at your own home, but within our own communities. Judge Garcia wanted to make sure that the Department of State Health Services has been a major funder for this conference for the past 3 years. He also wants to acknowledge the support of our sponsors, especially our platinum sponsor, Sid and Martin Emergency Group. Also, Mr. Olivares and the Health and Human Service Department for Hidalgo County, the City of McAllen, the Office of Emergency Management and their staff, the county judge's staff, our federal partners, and the City of McAllen. Without the City of McAllen, we wouldn't be here today. Mayor Darling and your staff, we appreciate what you all have done for us in working in collaboration for this conference.